Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and I am bringing you another Abyss fight video. And this is Human Torch. He's a rank 2, unduped. I've already used my pre-fight ability, and I'm going up against Ghost Rider. So it shows that every 20 seconds, Ghost Rider is going to inflict an Incinerate debuff on you. And basically, that's just going to help feed Human Torch and his Smolder. So my strategy here is to parry and block as much as possible on specials and just on regular attacks to get my hits in, and that's going to build up the Smolder and basically more Smolder, more damage. And I started off and I was thinking, oh man, that was a lot of hits with the L2. I would really discourage, particularly on these fights where they're like 5.7 million, using Human Torch's L2. It's just too many hits, and you really want the Incinerates to basically do the damage for you. There I'm just blocking those L2s. He should have enough health. I probably should have filled him up to full, although towards the very end when I just mess up, I don't think it would have helped me. But I think another good strategy is to try to block and do like one hit or just like heavy combos with the 2 hits and get to L3, get the Nova Flame going, and then just kind of do that. And the reason why I think it's ideal to play slow at the start is because your Smolder is low, which means your Incinerates don't do as much damage. So I think it's a better idea that you play slow, do as few hits as possible in the beginning until your Smolder is built up. That way you make most of your hits count, because you'll get a lot more blocks in while you're trying to build that up, get some parries. And look, he evaded me right in that heavy. That kind of sucked. But you'll see what I mean. So I'm like, I'm for the most part here, I'm just kind of playing normal, getting a couple hits in, 2 mediums, applying the Incinerates. It's doing pretty good damage. We're not too far into the fight, and we've got almost 15%. And you can see the Smolders is 52, and the Incinerates are doing about a little over 1k a tick. But when you start to get into like 100 Smolders and higher, you're getting up into the 2k, 2,500 per tick on those Incinerates. And that's really where the damage starts to come in. So another tip is make sure you're healed up. Don't come in on low health, on like a 20% revive. If you have health pods, try to heal up, because you can build up more Smolder and get more damage in. The more Smolder, the more damage. So make those revives count on these Mystic champs, and you'll just get a better output. So you can see, I'm coming through. I'm like, okay, I'm almost to the middle. There I just switched over to the second warfare charges or whatever, and I did 25%. So I'm like thinking to myself around this, I'm like, do I actually have enough hits to solo this guy? And if I do, I need to make sure that they count the most that I can. So towards the end, I think it's around when I get to like 60, you'll start to see that I start to do some really slow play. Basically get a parry in. I think even I'll parry, wait, parry again, and throw like one medium to get an Incinerate on. So I just keep trying to build up those Smolders to try to make them keep building up and make them get as powerful as possible. So you can see like I'm at 86 smolder and the damage is just over 2K. So it's pretty nice now, and he's starting to melt pretty quick. So you see, so you can see, I think right around this point of the match is where I'm slowing down a lot. 'Cause I'm like, if I slow it down enough, I think I can build up enough smolder and have those incinerates last to where the damage is going to be enough. So this fight is definitely soloable. I mess up at the very end because I was like so worried about how many hits I had left and how much health Ghost Rider had, and I just ate it. I ate a combo right to the face and missed a block, missed a parry. But you can see like right now I have 104 smolder. I got a third of my health left. He's at 50%, but if you notice just in the last little bit, I mean he is melting, and he's melting fast. But I only have 64 hits left. So yeah, so here we go. This is where I'm blocking one medium. See, and then I'm gonna throw this. And you also need to be careful. If you're doing slow play, you just need to be careful that you don't let that 8-second timer where the coward timer where charges will start to run off. You got to be careful that you don't let some hits run off the board. But here I had Nova Flame on, so I had some power stings going, getting some extra damage. So I'm at 121 smolder, and so it's getting up there. And I don't know, sometimes I think the Abyss is bugged sometimes where Human Torch his smolders will just stop building. It's kind of weird. So like there on that parry, I had 125 and it didn't go up. And I just parried again. So it's like stuck at 125 right now. Why that is, I have no idea. Now it's at 126. And it went up one, but then I just hit that block and it didn't do anything. So it's kind of weird. So once you get above like 100, 110, it just seems really random and sporadic as to when you get a smolder. And so I got 40 hits left, and you can just see I'm just parry, medium, get to L3, throw the L3. The nice thing with the L3 is it has a lot of hits, but it only counts as one towards the warfare charges. But I'm at 21% to 28. And look at that smolder, it's almost at 3K per tick. I'm at 129 now. He's at 23, 21 to 20. We're about even. It's going really well. And I'm like, I got this 31 hits, and he is melting so dang fast right now. I'm going to be able to get this. And spoiler alert, I just mess up because I was so worried about how many hits I had left and how much health I had left. But you can see I'm just throwing one hit at a time, and it's going for 3K, and just look at him melt. And if I would have been hitting him more frequently, I think he would have been dead by now and I have 20 hits left. So it's unfortunate, but you know what? It was a good fight. I made it last pretty long. So here he's at 10. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm at 13. He's at 10. He's at 9. 132 smolder. I'm like, dude, he is so dead. Throw off the L3 and get the Nova Flame going. I'm like, this dude is dead. There's no way he's gonna survive, right? 173 hits. I come out of this special 3, waiting out the stun, hit him, wait, miss, and I just like, what the heck? I don't know if I missed an input. I just choked, to be honest. I just choked. And yeah, so I died. He had 4% left. 4%. I could have had the solo. 176,000. I mean, 176,000, you divide that by 3,176 divided by 3. That's 58 more ticks of incinerate. That would have, within 30 seconds, he would have been dead. Anyways, I throw in an L2 revive. I'm like, I'm not going to heal up for this part. And I'm just going to kill him as, just play normal. Parry, medium, light, medium. Parry, heavy. Just throw on as many incinerates as I can on him as quickly as possible. And he's going to go down pretty quick. But anyways, who do you guys use for this fight? Obviously, Human Torch is a beast. Void would work well. It'd just be a lot slower, and that damage output would be less. But yeah, he's down. Let me know what you think. Human Torch, man, he's an absolute animal in the abyss. So that's all I have for today. Missed a solo by just a smidge, but it was a good fight. Thanks for sticking around and watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.